So 90 days, 13 episodes of the VA Truth. So we've had hundreds of comments and DMs sent to me. And one thing that kept coming up over and over is that nobody ever explained it like this. Now, I don't know if that's a good thing that I'm helping or sad because this is where we're coming from. I'm not sure which. But people didn't explain it when you got out of the military. People didn't explain things when you started looking for a home. Not really by anyone that you trusted to walk you down this process. Not by anyone in this industry who are supposed to help you. Again, that's just not good enough. And that's what this series has really been about. And so I want to make sure that everybody understands that it just doesn't stop at the end of this series, because the series is not going to stop, right? I'm not going to stop telling the truth, telling it in my way, hopefully telling it in a way that you resonate with, that people around you resonate with, that real estate agents that serve you resonate with, because my industry is full of people who just want to market to you, but never really want to help you. They want to influence you by all this shiny shit that they produce, but they never want to influence you by actually educating you. So the most common myth that I heard over this last 90 days, this was data from comments, direct messages, phone calls that I'd received. This is what I would consider to be the most damaging piece of misinformation that's still circulating. And what that turns out to be is using this benefit over and over again. I know it sounds simple, right? It's not a one and done, but this is the most common piece of information that is shared within my entire industry on the real estate side and the lender side. It's crazy to me that we have all the access of this information, and yet we still get this wrong, and still we push this narrative that doesn't benefit you. These are some of the things, what the questions, in my opinion, revealed about my industries, the real estate and the LO side and the mortgage side, and where it's failing veterans and where honestly realtors are falling short. One of the things that's the most glaring thing is that we will trust anybody. Real estate agents will trust anybody that they think are good at the VA home loan, and they're not. We just had a client come to us in Houston. She's active military, PCSing to the Houston area to go into a recruiting station. And the LO, while probably a very nice human being, was not the best person equipped to help her because she didn't explain anything. She didn't know how to explain anything. And what she did explain was confusing because she'd been in the business for 14 months and done 2 VA loans. Look, that's not an indictment on her. But what it is that you, as the veteran who earned this benefit and the spouses along with it, have to ask better questions of the supposed experts in this business. And I use the word supposed because most of them aren't. They claim to be, and even the ones who claim to be, are they really? Probably not, but we don't really know until we ask the right questions. So I want to also recap veterans who actually booked calls with us, myself, even my team, and had real, honest outcomes on conversations about their particular situation. We had clients tell us that they couldn't qualify. Well, they couldn't qualify because the LO got it wrong. They couldn't qualify because there was an overlay, which we talked about in this series, about how loan officers most of the time either are deceptive because they're full of shit, or they don't understand that what their company is peddling is actually an overlay and not a VA guideline. And it's okay to have overlays, y'all. It's not the worst thing in the world. But what it's not okay to do is propagate what the VA requires, but it's your company that requires. And we helped about 10 veterans that were told no to come to yes. Not because I'm extra human or I'm some sort of superhuman or found out, this secret sauce. It's because we asked the right questions, whether it was eligibility. Had a couple National Guard that told they weren't eligible. We reverse engineered their timeline, and they were. We had a couple that were told that they couldn't qualify under a general discharge as active duty. There's all kinds of nonsense flying around. But these are real outcomes that happen to our viewers who booked calls with us. So that's why it's important that you do that. So what's coming next in this series? So we're going to continue to talk about real world, real live examples of how the conversations from the classes that I teach all over the country and the situations that get brought to me, both good and bad. Okay. The outcome of good is great. We love that. We want you to use this benefit, start building financial freedom. But we also have to tell the stories that don't end well. Okay. Maybe people who were approved, but then they really didn't fit inside the guidelines. Okay. Those stories matter too. We're going to maybe have some guest appearances from some loan officers, from industry folks, realtors. If you're out there and you're a real estate agent and you serve the veterans community at a high level, please reach out to me. I'd love to have that chat. See if you can come on the podcast we're going to create out of this too, because getting this message matters. Telling the stories over and over again matters. And whatever market you're in, if you're in Florida, Virginia Beach, maybe you're in San Antonio, Texas, maybe you're in San Diego, California, or the Joint Base Lewis McChord, maybe you're at Offutt, or maybe it's any bases around here or in states or communities that are veteran heavy where we can lean into each other, provide real world things to watch out for. Maybe it's client related, maybe it's industry related, maybe it's philanthropic related. We're going to talk about those things. And this is the call to all the real estate agents that are watching this. Okay, this is a direct message from me. This is what I want. I want partnerships with realtors who want to take this message to the next level. I want partnerships with realtors who can lean into what we do and what we provide on the loan officer side or in our process, and maybe look into our Mission Ready Mortgage Partners program. Okay, we'll talk more about that as well. But we always have to keep in mind that what's required of this is how does this benefit the veterans and the military families that we serve in the communities around the country. Okay, not about more loans, not about more contracts. It's about none of that. That's a byproduct of doing good in the world. And this is the message that we have to keep. And the final ask, subscribe, share, book appointments with us. I promise you we'll walk you down that path. We're still going to be dropping episodes every Friday. The ongoing mission does not stop. Okay, the simple next step is in the next 90 days. Okay, this is just a start. New episodes every Friday. If you've been watching and haven't booked a call yet, what the hell are you waiting for? Let's figure out this. No pressure. Just talk. Just talk about your story. We're going to figure it out. Your benefit is sitting there for you to use and use properly. Let's use it. Okay. Link to book the call below. Share this series with every veteran that you know, every veteran real estate agent that serves the veteran community. And if you're a real estate agent watching this, send this to your veteran clients today. It will make you look like a rock star. I promise you that. It will make their offer stronger. And that's what's the most important thing. See you next Friday.